Thank you for coming back to my channel for your stimulus check and stimulus package update. Please subscribe to my channel. Please leave your thumbs up and please leave your comments. Y'all, first I want to say thank you so much for all the support that you give me on this channel. You allowing me to do this. I really do appreciate it. Thank you so much. Y'all, there is a petition going around trying to get signatures, and they're going to send it on to the president and to Congress and whoever else it needs to go to. But they're seeking $2,000 checks for adults and $1,000 checks for all kids. And they want this reoccurring until the pandemic is over. They need 2 million signatures. They've already surpassed that big time. So they've got what they need. So now the next step is to send it on to the right people. Now I'm saying they've got what they need. I've heard two different people say two different things, so I'm guessing they've got what they need. Y'all don't get too excited over this. I know I'm always telling you the downside of these good sounding things, but you got to look at both sides of it. And these petitions, remember back when all this first started, everybody was sending petitions up, trying to get stimulus checks, trying to get this, trying to get that, and it all fell on deaf ears. Petitions are only as good as the person you're sending them to. If that person don't care, what good is that petition? They won't even read it. So petitions, back in the old days, like our parents, petitions meant something. Today, not so much. We have two proposals right now, and they're calling for a $2,000 one-time check and a reoccurring check, different amounts. The proposals that's on the table right now has a much better chance of getting passed than this petition does. Petitions, in my opinion, are a waste of time and a waste of effort. The thing that's going to help us is if they end up passing this stimulus proposal with the checks, with the one-time check and the reoccurring checks, if they pass it through a Reconciliation Act. That's the only way we're going to get reoccurring checks. So the fact that President Joe Biden did not mention checks in his speech the other night is really a good thing. Because that is a stimulus package item that needs to go in a stimulus package. So I can't really fault the president for not mentioning it in his speech, because it would be a disservice to us if they put it in there, because it would not pass. Y'all, we still have people. I'm gonna talk a little bit more about this this whole stimulus thing with the petitions in just a minute, but first I want to talk about we still have people talking about how people spent their stimulus money. Y'all, the way people spend their stimulus money is nobody else's business but that person. That money was sent to them to do with as they seem fit. That's their money. It has nothing to do with anyone else. So if they caught up bills or bought groceries, that's their business. If they didn't need to do that and they bought a big screen TV or a new computer or just went out and partied, that's also their business. Either way they spent it, it did its job. It was meant to be spent and create tax revenue. That's what it done. It's nobody's business what the next person spends their check on. Y'all, Mitch McConnell, you remember him, the Mooch Man? Did you think we was really done with the mooch man? I knew all along we wasn't. He's still pulling strings. He says that no Republican senator will back President Joe Biden's plan. So you thought we was done with the mooch man? Y'all, he wants a $6 billion package. And this being a bill for infrastructure, please listen to me carefully. I never thought I'd say this. I can almost agree with the mooch man on this. He says they would only go for $6 billion on this first part because it's supposed to be infrastructure. And he would only go $6 billion if it really is infrastructure. Y'all, there's so much garbage in this thing that is not infrastructure. Only 6% of it is really infrastructure. I'm going to have to agree with him on that. I mean, we've already talked about the stimulus checks would not be in this first part. We knew that. They would be better served in a Reconciliation Act. But this infrastructure bill, it should be infrastructure. They call it infrastructure, it should be infrastructure. So I can halfway agree with the mooch man on this. I never thought I would say that. On student loans, someone brought it to my attention today, and I never thought about this, and I do agree with it. Make them pay back their loans completely. But drop the interest rates to 0. They would still be paying back their original loan, but the payments would be within reach where they can handle it without all of that high interest rate on it. And they would actually get them paid off without that interest rate. So I think that's a good idea. I forgot who said it. There was somebody in the comments. Just simply kill the interest. Take it down to 0. Then they can pay back their loan. And we would be helping them, plus the loans would be paid back. Someone said that some of the things that I say on my YouTube channel is offensive. Well, let me tell you. A lot of things that they spend my tax money on that I worked hard to pay in, these tax dollars, and they're spending it to give all of this free stuff to everyone that don't work, they've never worked, and it's from choice. I'm not talking about the people on disability or too old to work or anything like that. I'm not talking about them. They deserve what they can get. But I'm talking about the people that gets all these freebies for nothing and my tax money is paying for it. That's very offensive to me. So am I offensive with some of the things I say? Yes. Will I change? No. Okay, another point that I need to make about these petitions. They are calling for a stimulus check for $2,000 and $1,000 until the pandemic is over. Okay, we know that already. Y'all, this will probably not happen. A $2,000 check for all adults and a $1,000 check for all kids until it's over. That simply won't happen because you got to think. You got 2 parents. Okay, that's $4,000. You got 2 kids. That's $2,000. That's $6,000 a month going into that household every month. Y'all, that simply will not happen. I mean, if $6,000 is coming into my house every month, why am I going to go to work? I would be a fool to go to work. So this will not happen. But just think about this. If it did happen, just out of a whim, just think if it did happen, how fast this pandemic would be over. I bet the following month they would say the pandemic is over. Because most of this pandemic is a hoax anyway. The government loves to be in charge of us. And with this pandemic, they are in charge. But this pandemic would be over so fast it would make you dizzy. But it would be over, and then there would be no need for any stimulus checks, any free handouts, any free programs, anything free. Just think about that. So do you really want this petition to get passed? Think about it. Y'all, in the past we've done petitions till we're blue in the face. We've wrote letters to the senators in Congress and the president till we're blue in the face. We have made phone calls until our fingers fall off. In the past, we've done all of this, and it did no good at all. So what do you think this petition is going to do? No good at all. They don't care. And we should have already learned this. Petitions are simply a waste of time. Someone said I'm being really rude with my beliefs on my show. No, sweetheart. This is my show. If you want a show that caters to the woke culture, the cancel culture, the snowflakes, whatever you want to call them, if you want a show like that, create a YouTube channel and make it. You'll never see that here on this channel. I am totally unapologetic. Y'all, I love you all. Keep your faith in Jesus Christ. He will get us through all of this garbage. And I don't think it's going to be that much longer. I really don't. I feel 100% in my heart that it's going to turn around pretty fast now. I think Jesus Christ has already found a way. We just hadn't realized it yet. Y'all, in my comments below, please sound off. Let me know how you feel about the things that I say. You can blast me out of the water if you want to. Just get it off your chest. It will make you feel better, and you're not going to hurt my feelings. Also, talk to these lawmakers in my comments. Act as if you're talking directly to them. Talk to your senators, your congressmen, your president, your vice president, the Federal Reserve, your local government, your governor. Act as if you're talking to them. I'm not saying that these people sees my video. They probably don't. There's probably 4 or 5 other people that makes much better videos than I do. And they could see theirs. So when you're in other people's videos, please do the same thing there also. The right person may see it. Y'all, I've been here since day one. It's been me and about 4 other channels that's been here since day one, making videos every day. I'm going to always tell you the truth, how I feel. There is dozens of new channels that's popped up since then. They've jumped on the bandwagon, and they tell you what you want to hear. I won't do that. I'm telling you what you need to hear. I love you all. Until next time, keep your faith in Jesus Christ. I love you. Ciao.